welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the Lost Lives Count, where we tally up big numbers in horror movies, anime, TV shows, and a new thing. Well, when I do TV shows, I'm actually going to do one episode per. So I'm actually going to do episode kill count. Then when I actually do the final episode of the show or anime, I will post with the final episode of anime the skit, the skit, the skit. So today we're diving into 1997's An American Werewolf in Paris, a direct sequel to John Landis' 1981's American Werewolf in London. It's a successor to the late 90s, but it flopped at the box office. We have Anthony Waller, who blew up in the horror and thriller with his 1995 directorial debut at Mute Witness, which, if anybody wants me to cover Mute Witness, it's actually a really good horror movie. I will actually talk more if anybody wants me to cover it. It followed his trip to Paris. Waller Dracula is 9 miles down and the Piper. The story followed Andy, an American tour explorer in Paris, who envies saving a mysterious French woman named Sérafine Pigot. At the Eiffel Tower. Unknowns to Andy, Sérafine secretly carry something hereditary that passed down to her father. If anybody wants to know, I'm actually gonna. It doesn't tell in the movie, but if anybody wants to remember that David Kessler is her father. After a night out goes terribly wrong, Andy finds himself bitten directly into a dangerous Paris underground run by a rogue wolf clan, hiding in the catacombs with a curse closing in. Andy has to navigate the city dark secret to survive. With the secret wolf pack prowling the streets and the catacombs of Paris, chaos is guaranteed. But how many kills did these wolves claim? Let's find out and get right into the lives lost. The film opened up on a stormy night in Paris underneath a heavy moon. Hollywood Pictures presents in association with J.M. Films and Comet Stone Pictures, a Richard Claus production, and Anthony Waller film opens with a title card: An American Werewolf in London. Director Anthony Waller, this 1997 sequel to An American Werewolf in London to capitalize the cult status and the commercial success of the 1981 film. Honestly, the Hollywood Pictures is a division of Disney, sought out to expand original horror comedy film franchise. Waller co-wrote and directed the project, aiming to directive to Paris while analyzing the era of cutting-edge CGI effects. The result, the film shifted away from the storyline and received unfavorable reviews and receive critics, fans, and John Landis expressed disappointment in the final cut. The Parisian cut cited Dorothy Pigott, played by Therapy Legamite, flees from an unseen entity before being dragged underneath the grate as a bystander attempt to help. Shortly after, we actually meet the three American tourists. Andy, played by Tom Everett Scott, who star in Rule of Three. Brad, played by Vince Valerian, who played Ned Morris in an episode of Friends. And Chris, played by Phil Buckman, from The Pit. No, he's actually played in the TV show The Pit. Engaging in the Dead Del Terror Tour, they want to get 20 points to securing a woman. Andy dare Andy to get 20 points by securing a woman's phone number. They headed to, honestly, for Andy plan, he wanted to head to the Eiffel Tower with his friends so Andy can bungee jump from the landmark. This is more common. People go to national landmarks to either stand on the ledge or do. While prepping the jump, Andy heard footsteps and thought that he got caught, but discovered it just Sophie Pigott, played by Julia Duffy, who played Caroline Frankenstein in 2003's Frankenstein, which there's a lot of Frankensteins. Even one that is Lisa Frankenstein by Cole Sprouse. There's Frankenhooker. There's so many Frankensteins. If anybody wants me to cover Frankenhooker or Lisa Frankenstein, let me know in the comments below. Who was actually crying? Who is crying on the ledge? And she was actually going to jump to her death. If you actually going to do that, guys, or take your own life, please do the right thing and talk to your therapist or call the suicide hotline. You don't have to do this alone. Or if you need somebody to talk to, please reach out to me or anyone in my community. We will help you. Honestly, she actually jumped and he dive after her, grab her shoe in the process, and bump her head on the Eiffel Tower. She leave it behind and they tried to find a quick note with her address. And Andy located Sérafine as Sérafine was and they actually noticed that Sérafine had blood on her hands, but she said it was paint. So she actually convinced him to go to the concert at 4 and reconnect with the date. But honestly, the guys give him bad advice and just set him up with a bad date. And she actually see it was a sex point, and Sérafine shared that her parents are dead, and Andy accidentally knocked his condoms out. And honestly, Andy said, "Oh wait, those are chewing gums." And he actually chewed them and blow a bubble. And Sérafine exhibited superhuman strength and shove a guy over as he actually go to seek him until they meet Claude, who invited the Americans who actually invite them to a freaking full moon party. Chris later discovers Sérafine at her house in a cell, and she said, "Go away." They didn't realize it's a trap, but Sérafine did, and Sérafine escaped. Chris helped her escape her cell and knock her out. And Andy helped, and Sérafine helped her escape, and she fixed it to transform, and she said, "Go, go!" The transformation is, well, groundbreaking because it's actually a digital work of Jurassic Park 1993. But the problem with this, the Santa Barbara studio, is the full body transformation and fluid quiet feel physical and electronics could not easily treat. The result is digital for morphed software, and it still doesn't. It's still developing in 1997. A low budget CGI. Honestly, it aged poorly than Rick Baker Oscar winning physical effects. I actually like the physical effects better than the CGI. Then Brad saw something in the background. It's actually a wolf. And he got mauled to death by a werewolf inside the club at 35 minutes and 51 seconds. Andy the Free and stabbed the werewolf, but it suffers he actually got bitten by the werewolf. He awakens at Sérafine's house after Chris throw rocks at it and say, "Get out of there." She got freaked in the basement. Oh, actually Chris was in the basement, unlocked himself, and found Sérafine chained up and turned into a full-on red werewolf and tried to attack Chris. And Chris escaped. And he actually called Séraphine a freak. Honestly, she actually said that her. She actually said that, "Are you okay? Good." His wounds are healing rapidly because of new high metabolism. Séraphine reveals that her lipic nature, he actually didn't believe her because he figured it's a kink. Shortly after, he bizarre hallucination, and he saw the Alex Price from the original movie. And this is why it's a sequel. It's a sequel. Because Alex Price is actually... she actually goes as Mrs. Pigott but she is known as Alex Price, who we actually learned more about her backstory from wikis, and it turned out that 9 months later, Alex gave birth to Séraphine after meeting, well, Seraphine's father. That means Séraphine dad is David Kessler. That would make Séraphine half American, half French. And also, he actually went to the slaughter and Claude and his pack slaughtered 18 party members at the venue at 45 minutes and 2 seconds. Inspector Ludwig investigate the scene and ask him about. Meanwhile, Andy is with canine behavior, heightened sentence, and craving meat. Oh, and if you wondered if it's raw meat, it's he didn't conserve raw meat. The props were crafted food safe material, which are gelatin tinted marzipan or cooked meat substitute that saturated corn syrup and stage blood. Stylized film actors to use spit buckets better to take avoid multiple setups. At the restaurant, we meet Amy Finch, who actually is played by Julie Bowen. I love this one. She is in Hubie Halloween as Violet Valentine. Honestly, I will actually take a look at Hubie Halloween because, well, Adam Sandler wanted, Boyce Cameron Boyce to be in it, but after his passing, he actually dedicated the film to Boyce Cameron. And also, Totally Killer. My previous lives lost count as Pam Hughes. And she also played Claire Doubtfree in Modern Family. This is actually a teen romance. And honestly, a special vision, Brad. And told Andy that he a werewolf, his soul trapped in purgatory, until that a werewolf that until he killed until he's until the were until he killed the werewolf that actually killed him. Until the werewolf that dies, he's stuck in purgatory. Later at the graveyard, Andy transforms and runs into the public fountain to transform. Amy concealed her scent after the transformation because, frankly, she actually saw the werewolf and tried to do it. While Detective Bamboo fires at Andy, and the wake of the rest of the board, off-screen rampage, Detective Bamboo Dog were killed. I can't count that, but I count that Detective Bamboo is killed at 58 minutes and 25 seconds, along with Amy Finch at 58 minutes and 41 seconds. Amy goes appears to Andy and demands to break the curse so her soul can be at peace. And Andy okay. Hear what Brad actually say. Brad actually say the only way to cure Liverpool is by killing him to actually break the curse, or kill the werewolf that bit him and consume his heart. Consuming the heart that frees the trapped victims that allows them cross the afterlife. And they bring them to the hideout. They explain his vision is superior. Okay, what he planned is to make werewolves the dominant species and free them from all werewolf diseases. And Claudia kept Chris captive and ordered Andy to kill him and eat his heart. Andy refused, so he chose to find the pack instead. Sérafine arrived and ignite the gasoline and engulfs. The pack survive and scatter. In the basement, Sérafine confessed her past, and honestly, the reason why she was trying to commit suicide, attempted to commit suicide on the Eiffel Tower, especially because she killed her own parents while transforming. She tried to kill the Trinity and kill her mom. That's why she tried to take her own life. And when she first met, and that's how she met Andy first met her. Claude interrupted them when they were kissing and warned Sérafine to stay clear of him. Amy goes tried to incite the werewolves to attack Andy so she can move on, but Andy escaped on the ladder of a boarded bus. Meanwhile, Sérafine attempts to save Trinity by doing clear, psh, clear, psh, clear, psh. But it's too late. He succumbed to it. He succumbed to. He actually died of natural causes. 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 9 seconds. Sérafine weep over Trinity's death. A Claude culturized have took a drug that artificially induced transformation, regardless of lunar cycle. Where the robe and the cult massacre Andy trap during the chaos, a followed crush on Claude's henchmen. 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 24. It was a bloodbath. 18 guests were mauled to death by the pack at 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 43 seconds. And they shoot at the attacking werewolf, killing a male werewolf at 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 53 seconds. A male officer was mauled to death earlier at 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 57 seconds. The death of the werewolf, Brad's spirit was freed and sent to heaven. Lucrid and another unnamed officer was attached to the tunnels. The officer is mauled to death by Claude at 1 hour, 21 minutes, and 42 seconds. Sérafine finds a dead werewolf killed at 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 30 seconds. Relieved and injected herself with it. She actually mauled a unnamed werewolf, male werewolf, at 1 hour, 23 minutes, and 53 seconds. Andy shoot her, mistake her for Claude, but in agony, she begged her to eat her heart, to end her pain and eat her heart. And the police try open fire at Andy, light the match, and he actually did slide down in a subway tunnel. Claude killed the conductor at 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 14 seconds, and mauls a female pastor to death at 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 29 minutes, 29 seconds. Claude reverted to human form, just as Sérafine is rushed to the hospital. Andy tracked him down and broke through the window. And the brawl, it's a brawling match, brawl. Andy spot the distinct scar on his shoulder, proving that Claude is the alpha werewolf who originally bit him. Claude stab Andy with the transformation serum, trigger Andy werewolf form. Andy mauls Claude to death at 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 17 seconds. Eat his heart, officially breaking the light. Okay, American Werewolf in lighthearted conclusion contrasts to the fate of John Landis' 1981 original. The sequel, a brand new piece consuming the heart of the Pacific werewolf that if that you cure the curse, frees the soul of its victim by saying Claude and in his heart it successfully cures. Unlike the original film where the protagonist is tragically doomed, the 1997 movie shifts into the standard late 90s action romance where the hero defeats the evil werewolf cult. In the ambulance and EMT adrenaline to Sérafine instead of a sedative, which partly stopped her transformation. It saved her. The film ends on a playful note as Andy and Sérafine married and bungee jump off the Statue of Liberty, and with Chris serving as the best man. But Chris lost the ring, and they bungee jump, and they actually woo because they actually have their Seraphine ring on her finger, and the rope wasn't tied, but he actually hold on to her, and they hold on to her, and the movie ends. How many lives? It's time to go to skip mode. How many lives did American Werewolf in Paris have? Let's find out and get to the wait. The full moon is beautiful. I better take this shot to suppress my werewolf sight. Oh wait, it increased my. Gotta go. Bye. 48, 48 people lost their lives in American Werewolf in Paris. There is actually more than 14 people in American Werewolf in London. There's one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 males, 1, 2. 2 females, and 18 plus 18 is 26 is 36 unknown people. So we're running time at 98 minutes. We got a lives lost breakdown. Per male at 32.67 minutes, with male werewolves at 32.67 minutes. With males is 14 minutes. With females at 49 minutes. And with the first club massacre and second club massacre at 2.72 minutes. With the golden appeal for best death, it's Claude. Honestly, he took the crown because he got what he deserves. He been a notorious bastard ever since the movie began. Ever since he actually killed a lot of people as a werewolf. And he actually stole Sérafine blood to become a werewolf. But after Andy got stabbed with the serum, it backfired massively, and when Andy turned into a werewolf and got mauled to death by Andy, Ed eats his heart to break the Lurpic life of key curse once and for all. Absolute peak of villain payback. The rotten appeal for lamest bill of death go to Amy Finch. Honestly, played by Julie Bowen, who is Claire Dunphy in Modern Family. Amy get mangled completely off screen. And get only annoying spectral guilt trip nagging Andy to break the curse. And that's it. Released in 1997. And American Werewolf in Paris bombed at the box office and failed to capture the practical magic comedy of the 1981 classic. Honestly, Midnight Shyamalan is going to take the cake with the next one, The Visit. Written by him and directed by him. Following siblings Becca and Tyler. They actually have a train trip and stay a night with Granny and Papa. Nana and Papa. But their rules. Stay in the room after 9:30 p.m. Don't go in the basement. Assume everything usual in their old age. But a deep psychological dread mixed with dark comedy. And the game of Yahtzee is Sanger Shamron Lord that make things something is wrong. These are not normal. Just squeeze the lemons and ready to jump into a body count breakdown for the farm. See ya.